This video is about she was his heartbeat but the moon goddess denied her. If this story captivates you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. Part 1. She was his heartbeat but the moon goddess denied her. The forest whispered ancient secrets beneath the silver light of the full moon, shadows dancing among the trees like ghosts of forgotten tales. In the heart of the Blackthorn Woods, a werewolf pack thrummed with the pulse of life, its members attuned to the rhythm of the earth. But within this sanctuary, turmoil brewed a storm that threatened to unravel their unity. Liam, the alpha of the Silver Crescent pack, stood at the edge of a clearing, staring into the depths of the woods. His black fur glimmered under the moonlight, but his heart was heavy with an impending sense of dread. He could sense the undeniable connection between him and her. "Are you alright, Alpha?" His beta, Darius, approached cautiously, his golden eyes glimmering with concern. Liam sighed, his gaze fixed on the horizon. "It's just, something feels off tonight." Darius tilted his head, ears perked with interest. "Is it about her? I can smell the bond lingering in the air." Liam's jaw clenched. "It is not just that, it is the whispers of the moon goddess. They grow louder every day." Darius frowned, the weight of their unspoken fear settling between them. "You mean?" "She is my mate, Darius, my other half, but why does the moon goddess keep her from me?" His voice trembled with longing and pain, a stark contrast to the strength he projected as Alpha. Before Darius could respond, a soft voice broke through the tension. "Liam?" The voice sent shivers down his spine. It was her, Sierra, the Omega of the Silver Crescent pack. With her chestnut hair cascading like a waterfall over her shoulders in ice that reflected the moonlight, she was ethereal. But beneath her beauty lay a world of hurt. "Hey," he said, trying to keep his composure. "Why are you out here alone?" Sierra stepped closer, her small frame exuding warmth despite the chill of the night. "I came to find you. Her voice faltered. "I felt something was wrong." Liam's heart raced. "It is complicated, Sierra. You shouldn't come near the Alpha like this." "But why?" She stepped closer, her courage faltering. "I believe in us, Liam." His heart ached at her words, the undeniable truth of their bond. But he also felt the weight of responsibility. "We cannot be together. The moon goddess has not deemed us worthy of this connection." Tears welled in her eyes, hauntingly beautiful under the moon's glow. "You mean, because I am an Omega, because they say I am weak?" "Enough!" Liam exclaimed, shock rippling through him. "It is not that. It is just the law of the packs. It is complicated." Sierra turned away, her shoulders shaking with silent sobs. "Complicated? I love you, Liam. How can that be complicated?" He reached for her, but she stepped back, heartache flooding the space between them. "You love the idea of me, not the reality." Her voice cracked, a painful reflection of the despair that lay within. Liam's chest tightened. "That is not true. You are my heartbeat. I feel it with every breath." "Then why do we stand apart?" she challenged, the fire in her gaze igniting a flicker of hope within him. "Why does the pack reject me?" "Because they fear what they cannot understand. They fear the bond we share." Liam took a step forward, his voice low and earnest. "I don't want to lose you, Sierra." "And yet you are willing to push me away," she whispered, the heart in her tone slicing through him. The weight of his duties pressed down like a heavy cloak. "I have to think of the pack. They're my responsibility." "But what about us?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "What if we redestined?" "Sometimes destiny is cruel," Liam replied, his voice cracking. "What if the moon goddess never meant for us to be together?" Sierra's breath hitched, but determination flared within her. "Then we fight against it. If our love is true, we will find a way." Liam shook his head, grappling with the yearning that clawed at his heart. "You don't understand. Our bond has a price that can tear us apart." "I am willing to take that risk," she said fiercely, stepping closer again. "I'd rather fight for you than live without you." The forest held its breath as the moonlight enveloped them, a cocoon of possibility. But with every heartbeat, doubt clawed at Liam's mind. He felt the weight of tradition crashing down on him like a tidal wave. "What if I am not strong enough, Sierra?" he admitted, his voice trembling. "What if I lose everything?" "Then we will fight together," she insisted, her eyes blazing with conviction. "We will prove them wrong." Liam felt the pull of her spirit, fierce and unyielding, intertwining with his own. "You are everything I've ever wanted," he confessed, trembling with vulnerability. "But the world will not let us be." Her hand reached out, fingers brushing against his. "Let us not let the world dictate our fate. We have the power to change it." The intensity of their connection surged, a magnetism that sent shockwaves through the air. But just as the warmth blossomed between them, a howl pierced the night, an echo of warning, sharp and jagged. "Liam's here!" Darius' voice called, urgency lacing each word. "We have trouble." They broke apart as if a spell had shattered. Liam's heart raced, adrenaline flooding his veins. "What is it?" "Werewolves have entered our territory." Darius barked, eyes filled with a mix of fear and determination. "We need every member ready." "Yeah?" Sierra urged, her expression shifting to one of fierce loyalty. "I'll be right here. You read the Alpha. You need to protect your pack." He hesitated, torn between duty and lying. "I can't leave you here alone. I'll be safer in the woods than in the open. Just go." She stepped back, forcing him to make a choice. With a reluctant nod, he turned away, his heart heavy as he sprinted toward the sands of chaos. His thoughts lingered on the softness of her touch, the warmth of her spirit. The night grew darker, shadows stretching ominously, whispering of challenges yet to come. But as the howl of the rogue wolves echoed through the trees, Liam knew this was just the beginning of a battle far greater than what lay before him. It was a fight for their love, their destiny, and the promise that despite the moon goddess's decree, they would forge their own path. # to be continued. # Part 2, Shadows of the Heart. The chaos that erupted in the Silver Crescent pack was an echo of Liam's turmoil, each howl of the rogue wolves a reminder of the battle that raged within him. The scent of adrenaline mixed with the sharp tang of fear as the warriors of his pack gathered, nerves taut like a bowstring. "Liam, we outnumbered." Darius growled, his fur bristling as he scanned the tree line. "If we don't act quickly, they'll break through our defenses." Liam's heart raced, but even amidst the urgency, Sierra's face haunted him. "We cannot let them breach the borders. Rally the pack," he commanded, his alpha instinct surging to the forefront. "Protect our home." As the wolves organized, the growls intertwined with Liam's own, a primal rhythm pulsing through the air. The scent of rogue wolves was pungent, acrid, a dark omen reflecting the turmoil in his heart. But as he prepared for battle, he couldn't shake the thought of Sierra alone in the woods, her determination unwinding like a thread in his mind. "Stay close," Darius sparked, leading the charge forward. Liam fell into step behind him, the ground trembling beneath their powerful strides. The moon hung high, casting a silver glow on their fur as they raced deeper into the forest. Suddenly, a snarling rogue lunged from the shadows, its eyes wild with fury. Liam barely had time to react as he collided with the beast, teeth clashing, the air thick with the scent of blood and sweat. They tumbled, claws slicing at fur, and in that moment of chaos, an image of Sierra bloomed in his mind, her laughter, her spirit. "Focus, Alpha," Darius shouted, wrestling his own opponent back. "We need to drive them away." With a primal roar, Liam threw the rogue off him, landing a powerful blow that sent the creature sprawling. But as he turned, the chaos of the fight blurred into an ominous shadow. Another rogue had broken through their ranks and was sprinting toward the direction he had left Sierra. "Beth!" Liam bellowed, panic surging through him. He tore through the fray, snarling at the rogue, but its eyes gleamed with malice, a predator-esque victory within grasp. With a swift, decisive move, Liam collided with the rogue, sending it crashing to the ground. But as he stood over it, his heart pounded not just from the adrenaline of battle, but from an instinctual fear for Sierra's safety. "We need to end this," he roared to Darius, who fought valiantly beside him. Finally, the last of the rogues fled, howls dissolving into the night. The pack erupted into cheers, but Liam felt hollow. "Where is Sierra?" he demanded, scanning the woods, the urgency of his heart overriding his responsibility as alpha. "She should be safe in the clearing," Darius said, eyes narrowed with worry. "She is an Omega, she can fight Liam." A deep dread settled in Liam's stomach as he sprinted back toward the clearing. The moonlight illuminated the space, but the shadows seemed to stretch like dark fingers reaching for him. "Sierra," he called, voice desperate. "Sierra!" His heart raced as he reached the clearing, but she was nowhere to be seen. Panic clawed at him, and he felt the weight of the world pressing down on his shoulders. "Darius," he shouted, his voice a mix of anger and fear. "We need to find her." "She might have gone deeper into the woods to hide," Darius suggested, but Liam could barely hear him over the roar of blood in his ears. Without hesitation, he dove back into the depths of the forest, each shadow whispering secrets he couldn't decipher. The bond they shared ached profoundly, a silent plea echoing in his heart. "Sierra," he shouted, voice breaking. "Where are you?" The moonlight seemed to dim as dread enveloped him. Just as he thought he'd lost her forever, he caught a flicker of movement beneath a nearby thicket. "There," he gasped, pushing toward it, heart racing with hope. Emerging from the shadows, Sierra was crouched low, trembling, her eyes wide with fear. "Liam," she cried, relief flooding her voice, but it was laced with anguish. I thought I'd never see you again." He rushed to her side, pulling her into his arms. The warmth of her body against to send 1,000 sparks through him, but the tremors coursing through her were a chilling reminder of the danger they faced. "You shouldn't have come here, Sierra. It's not safe," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "I couldn't stay away," she whispered, tears glistening in her eyes. "I felt your fear, your pain. I had to find you." Liam cupped her face, staring deep into her eyes, feeling the weight of every word unspoken between them. "You have to understand. We're bound by the laws of our kind and the risks." He faltered, struggling to articulate the depth of their dilemma. "I can't lose you." "Then we'll fight together," she declared, the fire in her voice igniting hope within him. "We can defy the odds if we stand united." But even as he felt the truth of her words, doubt crept in like a shadow. "What if the moon goddess denies us again?" he murmured, the fear of rejection gnawing at his heart. "What if we can never be free?" "I refuse to believe that," Sierra whispered, her hands gripping his. "We deserve a chance, Liam. Even if the world pushes us apart, I will always fight for you." In that moment, the bond they shared flared to life, a mystical connection shimmering between them, illuminating the darkness. It was a promise, an unbreakable thread forged in the fires of love and longing. Before he could respond, a low growl echoed from the shadows, dark and menacing. A figure emerged, a rogue wolf, eyes glinting with intent. What a touching reunion, its near teeth bared. But love won to save you. Liam's instincts kicked in, protective rage surging through him as he positioned himself in front of Sierra. "I'll fight you," he snarled, adrenaline igniting his senses. "Foolish alpha," the rogue taunted, lunging at Liam. They collided, the sound of snapping jaws reverberating through the air. Liam fought like a tempest, each movement fueled by the strength of his bond with Sierra. Amidst the clash, he heard her voice, steady and fierce. "Liam, focus, you can defeat him." With her encouragement echoing in his heart, he summoned every ounce of strength. He grappled the rogue, twisting its body, and with one powerful thrust, sent it crashing against a tree, incapacitated. Breathing hard, he turned to Sierra, who rushed to his side, her eyes wide with admiration. "You are incredible," she breathed, pride lacing her tone. But dread flickered in his chest. "What if there are more?" he asked, the fear of losing her now palpable force. Sierra stepped closer, her hand resting lightly on his arm. "Then we will face them together. We will not be defined by what others say. Our love is strong enough to withstand anything." With a deep, shuddering breath, Liam nodded, feelings of despair beginning to lift. "Together," he echoed, a vow forged in their shared determination. "No matter what the moon goddess decrees, I will fight for us." As the shadows of the forest closed around them, Liam and Sierra stood united, their hearts intertwined beneath the watchful gaze of the moon. It was a battle not just against rogues, but against fate itself, a chance to carve their own destiny in a world that sought to tear them apart. The whispers of the moon goddess danced through the trees, but together they would become the storm that would challenge her decree, forging a love that could transcend even the most daunting of prophecies. Hash 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 to be continued. Hash 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 Part 3, The Heart of the Forest. The forest was alive, a wild symphony of rustling leaves and distant howls. A palpable tension enveloped the air as Liam and Sierra stood together, their hearts intertwined yet burdened by the weight of uncertainty. "What now?" Liam breathed, searching Sierra's gaze for answers that eluded him. "Now we prepare," Sierra replied, her voice unwavering, yet tinged with the fear of the unknown. "We can't let the rogues come back. We need to alert the pack." Liam shook his head, apprehension creeping into his chest. "After tonight, our bomb has been revealed. The pack will see you differently. They might not accept you." The words hung between them like a heavy mist, echoing their shared fears. "Let them see me," Sierra said fiercely, her emerald eyes ablaze with determination. "I refuse to hide any longer. If I am to fight for us, then I will stand beside you, Liam, as your mate." Liam's heart swelled at her declaration, yet doubt still clutched at him. What if the moon goddess intervenes again? We could be torn apart forever. "Then we will defy her," she said, stepping closer, her warmth grounding him. "Whatever it takes, I will fight for you, us." But as the echoes of their resolve lingered, an unsettling silence descended upon the forest. The shadows deepened, and with it, a sense of foreboding crept into Liam's bones. "We need to regroup," he finally said, his voice steadying. "We can face this threat alone." Taking her hand, he led her through the winding paths of the forest, their strides synchronized, heartbeats of primal rhythm marking their passage. As they approached the pack as meeting ground, the scent of earth and pine blended with the tang of urgency, wrapping around them like a cloak. "Liam?" Darius' voice rang out as they entered the clearing, his face etched with concern. "We feared the worst. Are you both—" We okay," Liam interrupted, casting a protective glance at Sierra. "But we need to prepare. The rogues may return." Darius' golden eyes reflected the moonlight, and he nodded, a flicker of admiration crossing his features as he regarded Sierra. "You fought bravely," he said, though an underlying tension remained. "But this is more than a physical battle. There are factions within the pack that will challenge your bond." "I can handle it," Sierra asserted, standing tall despite the anxiety swirling within her. "I am not weak, and I won't let anyone dictate who I am." Liam could see Darius weighing his words, torn between loyalty to the pack and his bond with Liam. "We all need to gather the warriors. There is also talk of a rival pack encroaching upon our territory. Tensions are high." "Then let us show them we're not afraid," Liam said, fire igniting in his chest. "We'll all defend what is ours together." As the pack gathered, murmurs washed over them like a tide, uncertainty and skepticism mingling with the fierce loyalty that defined their kind. Liam stood at the forefront, his voice cutting through the chatter. "We have faced danger before, but now we must stand united. I will not let our home be threatened." Sierra stepped beside him, her presence a beacon of strength. "And I will fight by your side. The rogues think they can tear us apart, but they will learn the truth of our bond." A low growl echoed from the crowd, and Liam turned to see Marcus, a prominent member of the pack, glaring at Sierra. "You, an Omega, you think you can stand with the Alpha against rogues? You would only be a liability?" The tension in the air thickened, and Liam stepped forward, fury rising within him. "You dare question her strength. She fought bravely tonight. We are bonded, and I will not tolerate such disrespect." "Bonded?" Marcus sneered. "What has the moon goddess decreed? You risk everything for a bond that may not even be real." Sierra's heart raced, but she stood tall, her voice steady. "I am not afraid. I may be an Omega, but I am stronger than you think. I will fight for our pack, and I will fight for Liam." The crowd murmured, some uncertain, others curious. Liam felt the weight of their gazes, fear and pride mingling. "This is not just about us," he declared, voice ringing with authority. "Our love is a strength that can unite us. We must embrace it, not fear it." But Marcus was undeterred, his disdain palpable. "Love will not protect you from the dangers ahead. If you wish to be with him, you must prove your worth through the trial of the pack." Liam felt the air around them freeze, eyes turning to him, then back to Sierra. "What is the trial?" she asked, brow furrowing. "It is a rite of passage," Darius explained, stepping forward. "A challenge resolved through strength and cunning. If you succeed, you will earn the respect of the pack. If you fail, then I will not be worthy of your bond," she finished, heart sinking. "Muff," Liam protested. "You shouldn't have to prove anything. Our bond is real, regardless of the traditions." But Sierra's gaze was fierce, igniting a flame of determination within her. "Then I will accept the challenge," she declared, her chin high. "I will show them I am more than what they see." Liam's heart burst, soared and sank. "Sierra, you don't have to do this. I can protect you." "Protecting me once he changed their minds," she replied, her voice thick with conviction. "I need to fight for my place for us." "Very well," Marcus said, a glint of triumph in his eyes. "The trial will commence at dawn. Are you prepared to face the consequences, Omega?" Sierra nodded, her resolve unwavering. "I will not back down." As the night wore on, Liam couldn't shake the fear gnawing at him. In the quiet of the forest, he found her sitting beneath the ancient oak, moonlight dancing upon her face. "Sierra," he said softly, joining her, the weight of his heart heavy. "You shouldn't worry about me," she replied, her eyes shimmering with determination. "I cannot help it," he confessed, sinking beside her. "What if something goes wrong? The pack is unforgiving." "Then I will face them head on," she said, her smile shining in the darkness. "Our love will be my strength." He reached for her hand, intertwining their fingers, grounding himself in her warmth. "You have already given me strength, Sierra. I fear I won't be able to bear it if they hurt you." "They won't," she said, leaning closer, her breath mingling with the night air. "I believe in us, in our bond. We will forge our destiny." As they sat in the stillness, their hearts thrumming in unison, a whisper of wind danced around them, carrying echoes of fate. "The moon goddess may not have deemed us worthy," Liam said, voice thick with emotion, "but our love transcends her decree." "Then let us prove it," Sierra murmured, her eyes locked onto his. "Together." The next morning dawned with a quiet tension, the air heavy as the pack gathered in a clearing surrounded by ancient stones, witnesses to countless trials. Liam stood at the edge, heart racing as he watched Sierra prepare, determination radiating from her. "Are you ready?" he asked, concern etched in every feature. "I've never been more ready," she replied, her eyes bright and fierce. "I will show them my strength," Liam asked strength. The pack members formed a circle, murmurs weaving through the air like a web of tension. Marcus stood at the forefront, a mocking smile dancing on his lips. "Welcome to the trial of the pack, Sierra. You will face two challenges, the strength of the wolf and the cunning of the mind. Are you prepared?" "I am," she declared, unwavering. "Then let it begin." The first challenge commenced a test of strength. Sierra faced a seasoned warrior, muscles coiled like a spring, eyes narrowed in determination. As they circled each other, Liam felt the weight of the crowd's expectations, each breath a reminder of the stakes. With a swift movement, they lunged at one another, the clash of bodies resonating like thunder. Liam's heart raced, each strike echoing in his chest as Sierra held her ground, refusing to back down despite the odds stacked against her. "Come on, Sierra," he shouted, voice raw with emotion. "You can do this." As the fight raged on, her spirit shone like a beacon, defying the odds, and with a final surge of power, she pinned her opponent to the ground. The pack erupted in cheers, but it was a fierce look in Marcus's eyes that sent a shiver down Liam's spine. One challenge down, Marcus sneered, stepping forward. "But strength is not all that defines a wolf. The second challenge will test your cunning." Liam felt dread rise within him as he watched Sierra's expression shift, determination tightening her features. "What is this challenge?" she asked. "You will have to solve a riddle," Marcus explained, a hash part for the trial of fate. The air buzzed with anticipation beneath the ancient trees, their gnarled branches arching protectively over the clearing that had witnessed countless trials. Liam's heart raced as he stood at the edge, his breath hitching at the sight of Sierra, determination blazing in her emerald eyes. "We are with you, Sierra." Darius called, his voice steadying the tension that coiled within Liam's chest. The pack had rallied behind her, yet doubt still lingered in the depths of his heart. Would they accept her after this? Marcus, a looming figure with an air of superiority, stepped forward, a wicked smile curling his lips. "Now the second challenge," he announced, his voice dripping with malice. "He will face a riddle. Only those clever enough to solve it may prove themselves where they fail, and the pack will know you are nothing more than a burden." Sierra squared her shoulders, unshaken by his taunts. "I will do whatever it takes," she declared, vulnerability cloaked in determination. Liam's heart swelled. She was so brave. "Listen carefully," Marcus said, his voice echoing through the clearing. "This is the riddle. I have no life, but I can die. I can change forms, but I cannot speak. I am always with you, yet never seen. What am I?" As the words hung in the air, Liam watched Sierra's brow furrow, her mind racing. He could see the wheels turning. She was pulling from the depths of her knowledge, her spirit fighting against the odds. "Think, Sierra," he urged, voice breaking through the tension. "You can do this." "I will not let you down," she whispered more to herself than to him. She closed her eyes, breathing deeply, drawing strength from the bond they shared. In that moment, surrounded by the pack, the forest felt alive with energy, a guiding force pushing her forward. The seconds stretched like eternity, and Liam could feel the weight of the pack's scrutiny pressing down on her. "You have 1 minute, Omega," Marcus taunted, his expression reveling in the tension. "Don't waste it." Sierra's eyes snapped open, determination igniting within them. "Yes, time," she breathed, glancing back at Liam. His heart ached with admiration. She was a force of nature, and he believed in her. "What did you come up with?" Darius whispered, stepping closer. "It is." Sierra hesitated, frustration flickering across her face. "It has something that changes, something ever-present." As panic began to creep into her thoughts, she grasped her necklace, an intricate silver pendant shaped like a crescent moon, gifted to her by Liam. "The moon," she murmured, her voice gaining strength. "It is always there but never seen in its entirety. It changes phases, yet it guides us." The moment hung, suspended in time, as Sierra's eyes locked onto Marcus, defiance sparking between them. "The answer is the moon." Gusts swept through the crowd, a ripple of disbelief as silence enveloped the clearing. Marcus's smile faltered, replaced by a mask of anger. "You think that is enough?" He spat, fury radiating from him as the pack murmured with awe. A common answer, nothing more than a trick of the mind. But before he could launch another attack, Darius stepped forward. "It is the answer. Marcus, she is right." The pack murmured in agreement, uncertainty giving way to respect. The tide was shifting, but Liam felt the tension in the air. The challenge was far from over. With a deep breath, Sierra faced Marcus, her heart racing but her resolve unyielding. I will not be defined by my rank. I am worthy, and I will fight for my place alongside Liam. Liam stepped forward, fire igniting in his chest. Her answer is more than just a riddle. It embodies our connection to the moon and to each other. Love can guide us through darkness. Marcus's sneer returned, laced with venom. Foolish sentiment. Love won't save you when the real trials come. With a flick of his wrist, he signaled for the next challenge to commence. Face the pack, he declared. You must endure their judgment. Only then will you prove your worth. The atmosphere grew heavy, the pack members exchanging glances filled with uncertainty and curiosity. What do you mean? Sierra asked, confusion lacing her voice. How can I face my own back? Marcus grinned, reveling in the chaos he had sown. You must stand before them and face their questions, their doubts, endure their scrutiny. If they vote against you, you will be cast out. Leon's heart sank, anger boiling beneath the surface. That is not fair. She has already proven herself. Life isn't fair, Alpha, Marcus retorted, his gaze piercing. The pack needs to see her strength in more ways than one. Sierra took a step back, fear flickering in her eyes. What if they don't accept me? She whispered, the vulnerability radiating off her. No, Liam said fiercely, stepping closer to her. You are loved. You have to trust in that. He extended his hand, and she took it, the warmth of their bond grounding her. With a deep breath, she turned to the pack, swallowing her fear. I stand before you not just as an Omega, but as someone who believes in our bond and in our future together. I will fight for my place among you. Then let it begin, Marcus declared, stepping aside to allow the pack to voice their concerns. Murmurs filled the air, skepticism mingling with whispers of support. One by one, pack members stepped forward, voicing their fears about her rank, her worth, and the dangers of her bond with Liam. You are too weak, one growled, and Omega cannot lead. Ivy fought for what I believe in, she countered, her voice steady. The bond I share with Liam makes me strong, it gives me purpose. But the doubts were relentless, and with every word, Liam felt the weight of despair settling upon them. Sierra, he whispered, fear clawing at his heart. I want to let them do this to you. Liam, I need to do this, she replied, a fierce light in her eyes. I want to back down. With each question thrown at her, she fought back with tenacity, revealing her heart and soul. She shared her fears, her dreams, and the power of their bond. Love is not defined by ranks, she said, her voice unwavering. There's a strength that can unite us. The crowd shifted, some voices beginning to sway toward support. She fights for us, not just for herself, Darius declared, stepping forward. I've seen her spirit, she deserves to stand with us. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the moment arrived to vote. The pack gathered, and the air crackled with anticipation. Liam stood beside Sierra, his heart pounding in his chest. You can do this, he whispered. When the pack called for a show of pause, Liam's heart raced. But as the votes were counted, a chill gripped him, the balance teetered precariously. Would they accept her? Would they deny the love that bound them? Make your choice, Marcus growled, his eyes gleaming with malice. As the last vote was counted, a hush fell over the clearing. Sierra, you have earned the respect of the pack, Darius announced, pride shining in his eyes. Welcome. A cheer erupted, echoing through the trees, filling the night with a vibrant energy. Liam turned to Sierra, joy flooding his heart as he pulled her into his arms. You did it, you proved yourself. Sierra laughed, tears of relief streaming down her cheeks. I couldn't have done it without you by my side. But the celebration was fleeting, and even in their joy, Liam felt the shadow of Marcus slimming. This isn't over, Marcus growled, stepping forward. You may have won this round, but the moon goddess has not marked you as equal, and I will make sure you feel the weight of your choice. Liam stepped between them, fury igniting within him. You will not threaten her, our bond is stronger than your hate. Strong enough to withstand the trials to come? Marcus sneered. You are bound by destiny, but the moon goddess will not let this stand. You will see. As the shadows deepened, tension hung thick in the air. But beneath the weight of fear, Liam felt a flicker of hope. Together, they had faced the darkness and emerged stronger. The love was a force to be reckoned with, and he would protect her at all costs. As the moon hung high, casting silver light upon them, Liam and Sierra stood united, two hearts intertwined, ready to carve their own destiny against the trials that awaited. Together, they would defy the moon goddess, and together, they would forge a love that transcended all. *** to be continued. ***